The internet's favorite advice for a broken attention span is dopamine fasting. Like locking your phone in a safe, going off the grid, and staring at a wall for 30 days. But if you are a working professional or a student, that is completely useless because it is impractical, right? Your entire life, your community, and your work are on that screen. But you also know you are struggling because of your screen addiction. Like you can't sit through a movie without checking your notifications. Reading a physical book feels like a chore, and normal life just feels so boring. Somewhere along the way, you lost your ability to pay attention and focus. So, how do you get your attention span back without throwing away your phone? Hi, I'm Gayatri Arvind, founder of Abasa Rehab and Wellness. We offer residential rehabilitation for people struggling with addiction, mental health disorders, eating disorders, and chronic conditions. Over the past 6 years, we have helped over thousands of people reclaim their lives through personalized care. Through this channel, we share practical wisdom to empower your mental health. Your ability to focus is split into two systems in your brain: bottom up attention and top down attention. Think of bottom up attention like a fire alarm. It is driven by your brain's survival center. It is completely subconscious and requires zero effort because it is automatic. Activities like jumping when a door slams, catching a falling cup, or noticing a flashing light all rely on bottom up attention. Basically, it is responsible for keeping you alive. Think of top down attention like a steering wheel. It lives in the logical part of your brain and it is highly conscious. Activities like reading a dense textbook, holding a deep conversation, or solving a complex puzzle rely on top down attention. It requires a lot of brain energy and it is responsible for your actual attention span. Now, do you know exactly how we are losing our attention span because of screen time? In a normal, healthy life, these two systems work together in balance. Your top-down steering wheel does most of the heavy lifting so you can work and focus, and your bottom-up fire alarm stays quiet in the background. It only turns on when there is actual danger. But social media algorithms have completely flipped this balance. They are actively weaponizing your bottom-up attention. To keep you watching, people use retention editing, fast music, and rapid visual cuts. Even when you watch a video, the picture on your screen shifts every 2 to 3 seconds. Now, what happens because of this? Your brain thinks these sudden changes are urgent. So your fire alarm goes off every 3 seconds. Basically, they are training your brain to pay attention only when something flashes right in front of it. Every single time that alarm rings, it floods your brain with dopamine. Think of dopamine as your brain's ultimate reward chemical. Usually, you have to work hard to get it. But scrolling gives you a massive hit of dopamine for doing absolutely nothing. Because this happens every 3 seconds, your brain gets completely flooded. But the brain hates being overwhelmed. So, to protect itself from this flood, it does something drastic. It shuts down its own dopamine receptors. It basically turns down the volume on your ability to feel pleasure. And this is a disaster. When your receptors shut down, normal things like eating a good meal, or talking to a friend, or going for a walk stop feeling good. You need more and more extreme screen time just to feel a tiny bit of joy. Now, while all this dopamine flood is happening, your top-down attention system is being completely ignored. See, the human body has a very strict rule. If you do not use it, you lose it. Since you no longer have to put in any effort to stay entertained, your conscious focus is literally getting weaker. For example, have you ever read a page of physical book and at the end realized you didn't understand even a single word? Or when watching a movie and there is a quiet scene, have your hand instantly reached for your phone? These are the signs that your brain is losing the strength to hold the steering wheel. Your brain is now rejecting everyday life because your everyday life is not giving you dopamine every 3 seconds. And that is exactly why you have lost your attention span. Now, how do you get it back? See, if you go into a 30-day monk mode, you'll remove all artificial stimulation, right? When you do that, your dopamine receptors will slowly heal and your brain learns to tolerate boredom again. This is the gist of a traditional dopamine detox. But once in a month, dopamine fasting is not enough. You need a daily dopamine fast. You need to systematically rebuild the strength in your logical brain. And one of the best way to do is analog anchoring. It is one of the most entertaining way. Analog anchoring is the practice of tying your brain to one physical, real world activity every single day. It helps you forcefully reboot your intentional focus. In simple terms, you are teaching your brain how to earn dopamine slowly and steadily again. You put your phone in another room, completely out of sight just for 45 minutes, and you do an activity that allows you to follow these two rules. Rule 1, it must give you tactile feedback. That is, you must physically use your hands. Rule 2, it must force you to experience linear time. That is, you cannot skip ahead or fast forward. And that activity could be anything: building a complex Lego set, crocheting, or listening to albums on a vinyl record instead of Spotify. Or the best option is traditional physical board games. See, when you sit down around a physical board game like carom, chess, ludo, or pallanguli with other people, you get to feel the wooden pieces in your hand, right? And while playing, you are actively force your top-down steering wheel to strategize and think ahead. These games will rebuild your cognitive patience because you have to sit still and actually wait for your turn. But most importantly, arguing over the rules and laughing with real people releases something called oxytocin. In neurology, oxytocin is a neurotransmitter that lowers your stress and heals the exact dopamine system that your phone just broke. Do this just 45 minutes a day. When you first start your analog anchor, your brain will scream for a distraction. It will feel incredibly itchy and uncomfortable. Let it happen. That discomfort is the literal biological feeling of your dopamine receptors healing and your top-down steering wheel turning back on. When you practice analog anchoring daily, you give your bottom-up attention a much-needed rest, and you use your top-down attention in a right way, but also in an entertaining way. Slowly, you bring both systems back into a natural, healthy balance. By week 3, the brain fog will lift, your attention span will return, and once you master this 45-minute routine, try to expand it. Start applying those same 2 rules to other parts of your daily life. Find more activities that use your hands and force you to sit through linear time. By doing this, you are actively training your brain to focus again. See, you do not have to go completely off the grid to take your life back. You just have to prove your brain that the slow physical world is still a beautiful place worth paying attention to. That's how you get your attention span back.